Darlings, your Auntie Cersei is back for more. So, before I forget, before I forget, darlings, guess what? We are closer to our 200 subscribers mark. I'm super happy. I know, right? You guys are probably like, why does she keep saying that? She only wants to. No, I don't just want 200 subscribers. But that was my goal for myself since I started last year. I feel like the YouTube channel should go organically and, it in its own pace. So right now we are at 171 subscribers. Thank you, new subscribers, for subscribing to my little boutique channel. And to you, subscribers, who have subscribed with me since day one. Thank you for continuing to subscribe to your Auntie Cersei. I now clap for all of us fabulous people. Anywho, so in light of that, I do have good news to share. I saw this in my news feed a couple of days ago, or was it yesterday? I can't recall. But anyway, it's such a good news, I feel. So I wanted to share it if you haven't yet heard of it. So the US has agreed to pay up to 2 billion actually to black and minority farmers after years of discrimination. This is per The Guardian. This has also been covered by CNN and all the major news outlets. So the payouts are an acknowledgement of the US's long history of refusing to process loans from black farmers per the US Department of Agriculture. So let's continue on to per the article. The Biden administration has doled out more than 2 billion with a B in direct payments for black and other minority farmers discriminated against by the US Department of Agriculture, the president announced on Wednesday. More than 23,000 farmers were approved for payments ranging from $10,000 to $500,000, according to the USDA. Another $20,000 who planned to start a farm but did not receive a USDA loan received between $3,500 and $6,000. So most of these payments went to farmers in the Mississippi and Alabama areas or states. USDA Secretary Tom Vilsack told reporters that the aid is, quote, not compensation for anyone's loss or the pain endured, but it is an acknowledgement by the department, unquote. The USDA has a long history of refusing to process loans from black farmers, approving smaller loans compared to white farmers, and in some cases foreclosing quicker than usual when black farmers who obtained loans ran into problems. So, John Boyd Jr., the founder and president of the National Black Farmers Association, said the help is helpful. And I agree with him completely. But he did acknowledge that it is not enough. Per Boyd, quote, it's like putting a bandage on somebody that needs open heart surgery, unquote. He further stated, quote, we want our land, and I want to be very clear about that, unquote. Boyd is still fighting a federal lawsuit for 120% debt relief for black farmers that was approved by Congress in 2021. $5 billion for the program was included in the $1.9 trillion with a T COVID-19 stimulus package, but the money never came. White farmers in several states filed lawsuits arguing their exclusion was a violation of their constitutional rights, which prompted judges to halt the program shortly after its passage. And faced with the likelihood of a lengthy court battle that would delay payments to farmers, Congress then amended the law and offered financial help to a broader group of farmers. Now, a new law allocated 3.1 billion with a B to help farmers struggling with USDA-backed loans and 2.2 billion to pay farmers who the agency discriminated against. Wardell Carter, who is black, said no one in his farming family got so much as access to a loan application since Carter's father brought 85 acres. 85 acres? 34.4 hectares of Mississippi land in 1939. Holy damn. 85 acres? Well, sir, hats off to you and to your dad. To your dad for, buying the farmland of 85 acres in Mississippi in 1939. Wow. Truly hats off to you because that must have taken moving heaven and earth to even be able to purchase that massive size. Carter, he's according to him, his own experience is that USDA loan officers would slam the door in his face. Ew. What? And he also further added that if black farmers persisted, Carter said officers would have police come to their homes. Excuse me? Isn't that like illegal, to say the least? Like you're pressuring them to well, basically not pursue their case or not pursue trying to get a loan. You're like intimidating them. And without a loan, continuing on with this Guardian article, Carter's family obviously could not afford a tractor and instead used a horse and a mule for years. Poor horse and poor mule and poor family. I mean, yeah, that size, 85 acres, you would need some serious farming equipment. I mean, hello, a mechanical equipment. Like that horse and the mule would not last. Hello. She's nuts. And without proper equipment, I mean, how could you farm at like all 85 acres? Or let's just say like it's not all farmland, right? Let's say, half of that. Even then, how are you going to properly farm that? That would definitely cut your profits. Plus, probably before you even see profits, you're already like super tired and like your animals that are helping you would be super tired. It's like having expended all that energy for nothing. You know what I mean? And Carter, according to him, when they finally did receive a bank loan to buy a tractor, the interest rate was 100%. Holy, what? How the that? Mm. Mm. Calm down, Auntie. Calm down. Okay, that is criminal. That is just. Ooh. All right, I need to go and recenter myself before I say something. Cry. Anyway, so Boyd said he has watched as his loan applications were torn up and thrown in the trash. He's been called racial epithets and was even told to leave in the middle of a loan meeting so the officer could speak to white farmers. That is just absolute atrocity. Oh my gosh, I can't. Yeah. So that loan officer, I hope, is no longer in their jobs, at the very least. I hope. I'm sorry. I know I want everybody to be able to feed their families and, feed themselves if they don't have families. But this type of behavior, no, it's just not acceptable. Not in any way. Serious now? Oof, no. Per Boyd, they face blatant in your face real discrimination and that he, again, personally was discriminated against and that the county person who was making farm loans even spat tobacco juice on him during a loan session. Um, is that county person still employed by that county? That's what I'd like to know right now, this second. Because if they are, they need to get out. Like years ago. They need to get the fuck out. Just go, please go. Go. Like don't even take any don't even take a pen. Don't even take a piece of single paper off of your county desk. Just get That's putting it mildly. Oh my gosh, I cannot. And at age 65, Carter said that, he's too old to farm his land, but he hopes he receives money through the USDA program and that he plans to use it to get his property in shape so his nephew can begin farming on it again. And that's great. You're handing it off to family. He further said that he and his family want to pitch in to buy his nephew a tractor too, and that would be so, so great and helpful. And I'm so sorry that he has had to experience that. I've heard of people having experienced that in some capacity. I have experienced that. I don't know if I ever did process it as being discrimination in the time that I experienced it, but it's nothing compared to these farmers and or other people who have experienced an even deeper and greater um, discrimination, racial discrimination, or any discrimination um, towards themselves and or their families or people that they know. So I'm very glad. This is good news that Black and minority farmers, after years of discrimination, will now have some sort of compensation and will now be hopefully all approved for loans, for agricultural, I can't even say it right, agricultural loans, and will hopefully be able to enjoy the land that their forefathers, their parents, their families, whomever it is, have left them to continue on and keeping a family, right? I mean, for these farmers to have like waited this long, I feel like this would have been like the icing on the cake for them. It's like, they're getting some sliver of justice, right? I don't think that this is fully the justice that they deserve, after years and decades of discrimination, but at least there is the sliver. And I'm very, very happy for them. So, darlings, that's all we have. And again, this article is from The Guardian. And remember, you're all kinds of fabulous. So, don't you ever forget. And we should all remember to journey in gratitude and to leave grace for others. I shall talk to you all, darling dears, later. And again, thank you so much for our this far 171 subscribers. Super excited about that. Our little tiny goal is 200 subscribers. Of course, if we go over that, fabulous, right? But for now, I'm not going to overshoot the goal. But again, every single one of you fabulous people who has subscribed, I'm very, very grateful for. So continue to be your fabulous little self, and I will talk to you all later. To deliver now. Bye.